You notice something was off with them, so don't play them too close, but stay on their tail enough to protect yourself. You notice that this person had a covert personality and they were being phony, fake, friendly with you. So you were able to see that this person was a frenemy from a mile away. All right. You were able to tell that this person is a frenemy. This person is not a friend to me. This person is a friend to me. This person will try to persuade me that I'm in good standards with them or that they're in favor of me. But in all actuality, this person has a slight issue with me and is coming up against you in the form of covert aggressiveness. All right, this person is covertly, aggressively coming at you because they have some type of issue, right? That they're dealing with. This issue is coming from you. Maybe it's something about you that they want, all right, something that they may lack in a certain area. Not everyone has everything like everybody would want. There are certain people who have things that other people want. They're not too satisfied with their own self. All right, that's a shame. But you notice that this person is acting kind of flunky with you. You're like, okay, they're kind of cool, but you can tell that this person is not all the way there in the sense of you not having to watch your back around this person. Of course, you have to watch your back around everyone, and you can't be too freely with your trust with people. But as far as certain individuals, you kind of get a red flag and a sense of, you know what, I probably should not play this person too close. All right, that's why you don't play certain people too close. You deal with them just enough for them to be satisfied with getting enough attention from you. All right, if this person has some type of thing against you, what they're going to do is they're going a certain amount of attention could possibly get this person out of your face. And it's not that you want to be it's not that you want to be all up in this person's face 24/7, but if this is the type of person that will seek after you, if this is the type of person that will come after you for trying to avoid them, then you want to do more approaching with this kind of person. Some people, you think you do yourself a favor and you think you're doing them a favor. Okay, you could tell they have something against you or it's not really too cool between you and them. All right, maybe you have something against them, so you're just trying to stay out the way. Maybe it's you, who knows? But for whatever reason, you have enough common sense to say, you know what, I'm not feeling this person, I'm just going to keep my distance. This is the type of person that will seek you out and make you have to interact with them. I know there are sometimes you can't avoid interacting with people. All right, sometimes you want to interact with someone, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you like interacting with people, sometimes you don't. Sometimes people are people you want to interact with, sometimes they're not. All right. So the people you don't want to interact with, they could potentially feel some type of way already if you already have them in their head about themselves. All right, self-conscious, or maybe they have some issues they're dealing with and you make them aware of that. All right, maybe you being around them makes them aware of certain things about themselves they don't like. Maybe their confidence level isn't as high as yours. All right, so you notice something is off about this person. So what you're going to want to do is just entertain them as much as you should, not too much, not too little, but you don't just want to ignore this person altogether and just act like they don't exist. All right, whether you live around this person, whether this is someone that works at a place where you shop at and you have to see them all the time, whether this is someone you're related to, all right, whoever, however, you have to be around someone like this, you're just going to want to acknowledge, just give them enough acknowledgement on a respectful level, all right? Because if they're already thinking that, you think you're too highly of yourself, or they think that you think you're better than them, or whatever's going on in their head, whatever they do want from you, giving them a little bit, just enough to keep them off your back and out of your face and from creating a problem with you, will actually help. All right. So I know some people are introverts. I know some people can read people. I know some people think they're doing a good thing. You know what? Let me just stay away from people. Let me not bother anyone. Let me just stay to myself. There are some people who, like, primarily narcissistic people, they don't like to be handled delicately. They don't like when someone feels that they put you in a situation to where you may have to walk on eggshells, but they don't like for people to be that way around them, if that makes sense. So they'll get into it with you over the truth, but they put you in a situation to where it's like they may try to either intimidate you or manipulate you into not being comfortable with being yourself around them, but they don't want you to not be yourself around them. So it's pretty much a no winning with this kind of personality. It's like a lose lose situation, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, trying to deal with them. So you're going to notice that something is off with this person. All right, these are the people to where you show them nothing but love, and it's like you still end up getting some type of hateful, uh, uh, spiteful energy coming from this person. All right, so you have to choose to not play this person too close. This is someone that you can't get too close to. This is someone you can't let your guard down around. This is someone you're going to have to stay on your P's and Q's whenever you're around them. You don't know how this person is going to be trying to set somebody up. Unfortunately, there are people like that you just can't be too comfortable around. You have to have your guard up. You got to watch your back. You got to be careful of what you say. Be careful of, who the type of person that you're being around this person. You don't know how they could try to take something or flip it and change it and switch it into something. All right. So you have to stay on their tail enough to protect yourself. That's at least engaging with people. That's at least speaking with people. That's at least acknowledging people. Sometimes early on, when you don't really know how to deal with certain situations yet, or people how you're supposed to, you just see someone that you wouldn't necessarily want to interact with, have an interaction with, should be interacting with, or want to deal with, and you just kind of go about your way and just act like the person's not there. People tend to take offense to that. They'll see you talking to everyone else, they'll see you associating with everyone else, but they'll be wondering why you may not be associating with them or not. So now this person may end up taking up something against you and be taking that personal, depending on the type of personality they have. If this person is into self-aggrandizement, if this person has an ego issue, then they're going to take the acknowledgement that you give them, the time that you give them, the attention that you give them, they're going to take that very seriously, because that just like Smokey, No, just like Big Worm and Friday, he was like, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. All right, playing with your attention, playing with the attention you give them is like playing with their emotions. So certain people will end up coming at you sideways because they think you're coming at them sideways for not acknowledging them or giving them the respect that they feel they deserve, but will be the ones to say respect is earned. Respect is earned. Who's the one that's supposed to be earning the respect? Everybody, or just people are just supposed to be earning their respect? And that's the only respect that has to be earned is theirs, which to a logical, sound minded individual, that's not going to make much sense. That to a logical, sound minded individual is going to sound like you're trying to get me to worship you. All right, the only person we worship is the creator. That's the only person that we worship. All right, we don't bow down and worship people because that's what they want. They may think that's going to happen, but you have to be strong minded and strong willed enough to not put up with certain things that people are trying to, have you undergo. All right, there are certain people out here trying to play mind games in order to put people in a certain mode to carry out their agenda. All right, don't be out here carrying out no agendas you don't have no business carrying out because that's what somebody else wants. All right, so you notice that something is off, something is way off with them. You see that they may be petty. You see that they may be competitive. All right, that petty that is probably I'm starting to see something now, but that petty and that competitive is getting real competitive, real petty and competitive. Seeing some root wordage here. All right, you notice that this person cannot contain themselves. All right, you notice that they're starting to get in your way. They're starting to try to do everything, be the center of attention, things like that. So certain you may even notice this person may not even allow you to have your few minutes of dealing with other people. All right, this person may try to just be the center of attention whenever you're around. You're out walking in the neighborhood, you're saying hi to people. This person may interject themselves and speak to the same people that you're speaking to, like you weren't just speaking to them. Just little stuff like that. People compete with you with, like, who's in competition to say hi to people. Well, what it really is they're in competition with your character. All right, they want people to believe that they have the same type of character, same type of ambition, same type of agenda, same type of personality that you have, that you possess. That's why they're in competition with you. All right, because they're trying to get others to notice them or see them or appear to be like a person like yourself. All right. So you have to most definitely protect yourself around these types of people. All right, they're the types that will backstab you. They're the types that will slander you. The type that will try to get you into a situation that you don't want to be in. All right, they're very toxic, very toxic. And when you're able to read them and pick up on that, sometimes when they're able to see that, that's when it starts to get ugly, and they just will try to they'll basically start waging war against you and attacking you in ways that you may not understand. You'll just ask yourself, like, why am I always having problems with this person? Or this person's acting kind of weird, or it's always an issue with this person. People like that, they're fighting against you and attacking against you in ways that you may not understand because they're using manipulation tactics. All right, they're doing things in covert ways, doing things, acting like they're not doing anything, doing things, and it seems like they're not doing anything to everybody else. Are doing things to where the only person that could pick up on it is them and you. All right, and this is why you notice this person behaving in an off way. All right, they basically are trying to intimidate you in certain ways, threaten you in certain ways, but they're not doing it outright. They're not saying, hey, I'm threatening you, or hey, I have a problem with you. All right, they're doing it in ways to where you pick up on it psychologically, mentally, but like physically, it's kind of hard to point it out, right? It's kind of hard to point it out, and they know that that's one of their key strategies because it keeps them uneasily detected and it keeps them looking good in the eyes of others. So you know how everybody has an image that they want to obtain and keep going for themselves. Everybody wants to be looked at as a certain way. The way they attack people and the way they fight people is not going to tarnish their image. All right, it's not going to make them look like they're a bad person. It's just going to make the person that they're attacking look crazy. And they're like specialized in this. All right, this is an art that they specialize in. They're real good at dealing with people like this. And this happens a lot at workplaces. You got to stay on point at your job. This happens in organizations, people who want certain positions of power or want to be in leadership roles, people who want to be above everybody. All right, these things happen in a number of places, and you have to be aware and make sure that these things are happening to you. All right, so when you notice something is off about a person, don't play them too close, but play them close enough to where you can get what you want out of the situation. You may be able to get what you want from this person. All right, if it's something that you're supposed to get, but you know how people are manipulative and want to make things difficult and try to throw a wrench in your plans, a monkey wrench in your plans, or try to sabotage you in some kind of way because they're either not getting what they want from you, or they feel some type of way toward you, or they see something about you. You have to basically it's along the lines of that not outshining the master type of stuff, but you also still want to do your best, but you don't want to really do too much at the same time. So you have to find an even playing field when it comes to doing the best that you could possibly do. Do your best, but you don't want to get yourself in a situation where it may be a covert aggressive person that may be in a position where they have some type of say so about the things that happen to you. So you know, determine the situation for yourself. If it's a situation to where you may need the people, you may need the opportunity, you may need the person to be in favor of you, you may not want to go too hard. You may just want to do enough to where you look good, or enough to where you could do your best to where it's not threatening or approaching on anybody else's territory. But if you're in a situation to where you know everything is good, everything is straight, and you're solidified and you got everything taken care of and you don't need anybody, go ham, do your best and do the best that you can do and be the best that you can be. But if you're in a situation to where you're working towards being in the person situation we just spoke about last, then keep working your way up to the top, and conduct yourself accordingly. All right, always want to conduct yourself accordingly with these manipulative type of personalities. They're very fragile. All right, they're very fragile, but you can work with them, and you can deal with them in a way to where you could stay low key. All right, so if you're living around people, speaking to people, saying what's up, head nods, whatever, that may at least keep people from being all up in your face or suspect you of being someone that they need to watch all crazy or be all up in your business. And they're probably still going to do it anyway, but they may they may at least be a little bit more humane about it, even though they still are going to be who they are at the end of the day. All right, at least they may think twice. All right, they may approach you less if you are the one that doesn't mind approaching them or speaking to them or giving them a little bit of attention. They may not actually come out and seek after you for it, which is quite annoying. So you give them a little bit of what they want, they'll possibly give you a little bit of what you want, which is some peace, some space, and just backing the heck off sometimes. All right. So when people think you don't want to talk to them or something, they create their own story in their head. They might think you're afraid. They might think you think you're better than them. They might think who knows what they think. So it's like they're going to try to see or force a situation on you, and you don't want that. So this is a good, healthy way of setting boundaries, number one, and also communicating with people and just learning how to deal with people slowly but surely enough to where you can get yourself comfortable, and to where you can get in a mood, in a mode to where you're not people pleasing, but you're conducting yourself in a productive productive manner. You're conducting yourself in a conductive way. All right, so where people will treat you in a way where you can get in where you fit in. All right. So when you notice things are off about people, don't quickly get into defensive mode. Don't quickly write people off. Don't go judging people. All right. They may be who they are, but it's ways to where you can get around having to be in their presence. You just have to stay focused on yourself for one. Keep your objective in mind, whether it's you're living somewhere, whether you're just having to do something for a short period of time, whether it's an organization that you're involved in and you have to be in the organization with this person to get what you want out of it. All right. Just play your role, play your part, stay focused on yourself, and always be working on your mind to make sure that whatever this person is doing is not affecting you too heavily. All right. And play them close enough to where you can pretty much figure out this person's game, figure out their game plan, what their agenda is, the type of person they are, so you know how to deal with them. You know when to cut it short with them. Okay, I could just pretty much say what's up to this person, talk to them for a few minutes, not say too much, and keep it moving. Or I could only do business with this person and nothing else. Or I could only talk to them about this and that's it. Or I can't have no interaction with this person at all. All right. So, judge it accordingly based on what you pick up, what your intuition is telling you, what type of vibe that this person is giving you. All right, especially when you know something is off. All right. If you notice that something is off about this person, and this is someone that you have to interact with, this is someone you may have to see because you live around them, or you may go to a church and this person is there, or this person may work at a place you shop at. All right. Just stay low key, play it accordingly, just let whatever happens not bother you that much. All right. And keeping your mind on the objective will help you with that. Okay. I'm just going to get this and then I'm gone. And whatever happens, I could just forget that it ever happened and get back to enjoying myself. Or whatever they said, I could just make sure I don't allow myself to be affected by it that much. I'm not going to invite myself to even feel the way they intended to, because whatever they said is not true, number one, or whatever they tried to do, I'm just not going to allow it to affect me that much, because before they tried to do it, I was feeling good, and I'm just going to go back to focusing on what I was thinking about to make me feel good instead of thinking of whatever they tried to do to make me feel bad. So working your mind plays a huge part. All right. Working your mind plays a huge part, and also working people plays a huge part. You have to know how to work the people who are trying to basically you have to know how to work disturbed characters, people with disturbed character traits, people with disturbed characteristics, people who have disturbed characters are people that don't mind going after people, setting them up, causing them harm, trying to see something bad happen to them because something bad is happening, something bad happened to you because something bad is happening to them. All right. It's all types of people out there like that. We already know that. But you know how to protect yourself now after watching this video. So you can go back, rewind this. All right. When you see people, and we're gonna have a whole lot of videos on what to protect yourself from. You have to be aware of the tactics that people are trying to use on you, whether they're trying to manipulate you, or whether they're trying to be aggressive covertly or passively to try to get an agenda filled out or completed. and use you for it. All right, whether somebody is trying to, manipulate you in any kind of way for you because of your concern or how you feel towards them or what your business is dealing with them. You have to be aware of those things so that way you can come out unscathed. You can come out of a situation the same way you go into it. But there are people that just will take advantage of those who are have a good spirit or a good heart, and they know that they can use those people by coming at them a certain way to get them to do what it is they need. They could just word it a certain way, phrase it a certain way, uh, say it a certain way, and it gets a person thinking like, oh, okay, yeah, I see it that way. And then now they have someone doing what it is that they need them to do. All right, so when you notice something is off about people, just be careful. All right, this person could be bad for you. It could be your intuition picking up on some things that you're not supposed to be around, or you're not supposed to be entertaining. All right, so just always pay attention, always be aware, always trust your gut. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.